And if a direct command is useful to the person, if they're having a panic attack or if they're experiencing a phobia, and you are able to get them to swiftly change states. We're in the business of helping people to change state. So you hear the term, oh, don't get yourself into a state. We're changing states all the time, and we kind of recognise what state it's acceptable for us to be in for ourselves according to environment. We behave differently at work to at home and with different people, etc. If you were cooking something delicate on the oven hob, some salmon or something, and the door went and it was only you in the house, and you think, oh, the door's gone, and they're banging on the door, and you have to leave the salmon, let's say, and answer the door, and it's a long-lost friend or family member, you probably act totally differently to that person. Oh, come in, I've just got something on the stove. Than if it was a door salesman, door-to-door salesman. Hey, I've got this lovely door, would you like it? A window salesman, a door-to-door salesman. And our behaviour will change according to our state. Our emotional state kind of determines our behaviour. And that can change from moment to moment. So our state is often dictated by our environment. So we have these stepping stones, these logical levels we'll introduce you to during the course, that environment is a big factor. Where am I? I mean, sometimes you might wake up in the morning and go, where am I? What do I have to do today? Oh, it's a Saturday. I don't have to go to work. Oh, got that blooming course. So suddenly our state changes according to environment and what we future pace, what we think is in store for us during the day. So we're in the business of helping people to change state according to what their conscious mind says. So if the conscious mind says, I now want to be able to see a packet of cigarettes and not feel the need to smoke one. I would like to have a cupboard full of biscuits that the kids can have and open the cupboard door and know I could have one if I want one. I just don't want one. I might want one later. I might take a bite out of one and throw the rest away. I would love to have that happen for me and to shut the cupboard door. Though my environment at the moment, Jenny, is ruling my behaviour. If I can get rid of all the biscuits on the planet, all the cigarettes, if nobody had ever invented cigarettes, I'd be all right. I just want all the frogs to disappear off the planet overnight and I'm fine. So when we kind of recognise we are at the mercy, our state is at the mercy of our environment, then if we choose to experiment with that being different, we can see a hypnotherapist who can work with that and say we can have a new association, which is what the NLP people call anchoring. That there's many things in life that are an anchor. One thing triggers us and reminds us of another. Human mind works by association. Naturally, one thing reminds us of another thing. And if those associations are useful, wonderful. And if it's having to have a cigarette at the end of a meal, might not be as useful. So this is all about what the person wants for them and being indirect and direct at the appropriate moments. But when somebody's in pure abject panic, or they are having a phobic response, or they're not helping themselves because they're not breathing properly, we can either knock them out chemically or we can meet the client where they are and breathe with them and get them to a state whereby everything else becomes easier.